This live edge headboard is part of a bed that looks like it's floating. It's got integrated power, built-in bedside shelves, motion lighting, and the whole thing only cost me about 200 quid to make. The headboard does most of the work, so the rest of the build just needed to stay clean and give that floating look. Getting this slab into the workshop was a job in itself, but we'll come back to that. First, I need to get the frame built. The frame itself was actually quite simple and was made up of a bottom support frame made from scaffolding boards, which I reclaimed from my workshop move. These are ideal as structural bases. The upper frame is made from 6x2 plain timber with mitered corners to fit it together. I did all of the cuts and then I gave the pieces a quick sand. The lower frame isn't visible, so it doesn't need to be perfectly finished. This is what's going to give the bed structure, but it's very basic. Just an outer butt join frame with a central support and 2 additional braces joining it all together. I decided not to glue this as I wanted it to be able to settle with the lie of the floor, which in this whole house certainly isn't straight. That's the lower frame all assembled. The wire there is going to be powering things later. For the upper frame, I glued and brad nailed each corner, then add a strong angle bracket to reinforce this. The outer frame doesn't actually add much structure other than if someone bears weight directly onto it. The strength comes from the slats. I add a batten down each long edge of the upper frame, which will have the slats sat onto it. For the slats, I'm using more of the scaffolding boards, as these are literally designed to weight bear. They're screwed into the batten, apart from the top one, which I'll leave loose for now, to give me better access later for the wiring and the fixing. Oh, that is heavy. I move the lower frame into position and then I lift the upper frame onto it. You can see that the slats sit directly onto the lower frame, meaning all of the weight through the mattress will bear onto the lower frame. The frames are attached by screwing through the slats and into the lower frame. Because of the weight of the upper and the lower part and how they're actually fixed together, you can actually walk around the very edge of it without lifting the opposite side. This is even before I fix it to the wall. Moment of truth, because you all think this is going to fall over on the edges. We don't have space for bedside tables in this room, so I wanted to add some small ledges for a drink or to sit your phone onto. These are made from the same 6x2 timber and screwed and glued into the frame. I was going to add some more angle brackets for support, but they're more than strong enough without. Next to the ledges, I'm adding some built-in sockets and USB ports for charging. I drill the corners and then I cut the holes with a jigsaw, ready for fitting them later. I drill through the head end to fix it to the wall, and then I get to work on the statement headboard. This slab is rough sawn chestnut, which I got from my local wood supplier for about £100. One edge was cracked and needed to be removed, so I cut it with a jigsaw. I then slightly shortened the slab and added a curved cut onto the end, and I used my recip saw for this as it was a pretty deep cut. Then there was lots of work to get this slab into usable shape. I removed the bark with a chisel before starting work on flattening it. The slab wasn't flat, as you can see from this flat MDF reference piece. It doesn't actually have to be perfect, but it does have to be flat enough to safely mount it onto the wall. This is the back, so I'm starting on this and I mark up the high spots with a marker. I use my cordless planer to go bit by bit and flatten the back of the slab. I constantly check it with a straight board so that it'll fit fairly flat on the workshop floor. Once it is, I flip it over and I work on the front face. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to look flat. The other benefits of using the planer here is that it removes the saw marks really quickly. I can only think of a belt sander as an alternative, and I wouldn't have really fancied doing that. This was a job that I dreaded, but it was actually fairly easy and very satisfying. Lots of checking with a straight edge, marking up the high spots and then just removing little by little, getting it flatter and flatter. I have to say the Lumberjack brushless planer was an absolute beast on this job and I was well impressed with how it performed. With the flattening done, I was left with a lot of planer marks as expected, but chestnut is actually really nice wood to sand. I used 120 grit on the random orbital sander and it quickly removed the marks from the surface. Then I went over with 240 grit for a nice soft finish. The edges had quite a few sharp areas, so these were removed using the grinder and a wood carving bit. I ummed and ahed about what I should do with this section, but in the end I left it all natural and I just cleaned it out with a blower. Then I used some Osmo oil to protect it and bring out the colours. I did think about doing resin in the centre, but I really wanted to keep it looking natural. This slab is very heavy and large, so I'm mounting it with a French cleat system. I fixed the wall side piece into the brick using hammer fixings, and then I screw the other piece to the slab and lift it into place. I then add some support pieces to the bottom to stop it rocking. I just slip these in with some double-sided tape to hold them in place. With the slab mounted, I can get the frame finished and secured. I give it a coat of paint with the same paint as the wardrobe, and then I insert the sockets into the side of the frame. Then the mattress can be lifted in place. I wanted to do this before fixing it to the wall, just in case I wanted to change anything. Once I was happy, I used more hammer fixings to secure it in place. The final touch was to add some LED lights underneath to give it a nice glow, and these have sensors which switch the lights on when you step out of bed. This bed really does finish this room off incredibly, and there's only a couple more things left to do in here now. I'm going to be doing a big reveal very soon, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that one. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this bed. I love the floating effect. It almost looks fake, and I'm obsessed with this headboard slab. I know technically it's not a headboard since it's actually above the bed, but same difference. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.